As you know by now, traditional security models are no longer enough for protecting organizations against increasingly sophisticated cyber threats. This is why they must adopt a new approach to security, such as the Zero Trust model, which has gained popularity as an effective way to address these challenges. I am Antonia, and in this week's video, I will unpack how Zero Trust works, its core principles, and how it keeps your network one step ahead of cyber threats. The Zero Trust security model is an effective way to protect corporate networks, typically implemented through a privileged access management system. The Zero Trust security works on the principle of never trust, always verify, which means that applications and data can only be accessed by authenticated and authorized users and devices, whether inside or outside the network perimeter. In contrast, traditional approaches to privileged access management assume that all users within an organization are trustworthy, while users from outside are unreliable. The key idea behind applying the Zero Trust security framework is to make it more difficult for attackers to move laterally through a network by limiting their access rights as they move from one subnet to another. The Zero Trust security model checks the user's identity by using a combination of technologies such as identity protection, risk-based multi-factor authentication, next-gen endpoint security, and more. Zero Trust treats all connections and endpoints as potential threats. Hence, it implements access policies based on contextual factors like users' role, location, and the data they require access to. This approach enhances visibility and control across the network, enabling precise monitoring and management of traffic and users within the specific environment. Remote workforce security. With the rise of remote work, Zero Trust ensures secure access to corporate resources regardless of the user's location or device. Cloud security. Zero Trust enhances protection for cloud-based applications and data by implementing strict access controls and continuous monitoring. Bring your own device. Zero Trust allows organizations to securely manage and monitor employee-owned devices accessing corporate resources. Microsegmentation. Zero Trust facilitates microsegmentation, dividing the network into smaller, isolated segments to contain breaches and limit lateral movement. Third-party access. Zero Trust enables organizations to securely grant access to third-party vendors or partners while maintaining strict controls and visibility. Limit user access with just-in-time and just-enough access, risk-based adaptive policies, and data protection to minimize the impact of potential attacks. The principle of least privilege is at the core of Zero Trust, and it states that users and devices should only be granted the minimum access necessary to perform their tasks. Always authenticate and authorize based on all available data points, including user identity, location, device health, service or workload, data classification, and anomalies. Operate under the assumption that there are already attackers within the network. This principle shifts the security strategy from trying to prevent every intrusion to mitigating the impact of potential intruders who have penetrated the network. Continuously monitor the security environment to detect and respond to threats in real time. This can be achieved using security tools such as intrusion detection systems and security information and event management systems. Implement detailed logging and analysis of traffic and user behaviors to identify malicious patterns and respond to them swiftly. Some of the benefits of Zero Trust adoption for organizations are enhanced protection of sensitive data, improved compliance with regulatory requirements, support for compliance auditing, reduced risk of data breaches and insider threat, greater visibility into network traffic and user activity, better control in cloud environments. But we will have a detailed video on these benefits and more soon. Keep an eye on our channel. The Zero Trust security model is a continuous process requiring ongoing monitoring, testing, and updates. Though implementing Zero Trust can be challenging, it is crucial for organizations aiming to secure their networks and data against cyber threats. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, share it with your connections, and subscribe to Heimdall's YouTube channel.